Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
So, welcome to the first episode of a new series that I'm going to be starting on my channel called Decentering Men. The series, I don't know where to start with this video. This is not a series about hating men. If anything, I think this is a series about not tolerating like bullshit from people, especially as an ex-people pleaser. But I am gonna title this series Decentering Men, the series, because we live in a society now that is all about getting a man. And it is exhausting. Like every time I get on social media, even when you go out with your girlfriends, the conversation is all about a man, who you dating, who you talking to. And it's just, damn. Isn't there more to life than just getting a man? Y'all let me know in the comments. There has to be more to life than just getting a man. The crazy thing about me coming to this peace of mind, decentering men, I get a lot of attention, like on a daily basis, from the opposite sex. I mean, getting sex from men is not hard. They're very easy to get sex from. So that's not an issue. I'm in a position where I have pick of the litter, but for whatever reason, I just don't want to center them in my life. I want to have girlfriend relationships where we sit down, we share a meal together, and the conversation isn't about they man problems, who they dating, and who they sleeping with. Like, I just don't care. And I have actually gotten rid of all of my girlfriends that only want to talk about men all the time. Like, I don't want to be friends with women like that anymore. So when it comes to this series, Decentering Men, we're no longer sitting down at dinner tables, happy hours, and talking about men constantly. I mean, there's no escaping it in the world that we live in right now. It's men. Get a man, and it's just like, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of hearing the shit, honestly. And it's just like, I remember when I was a tomboy. I'm an ex-tomboy, but I remember when I was a tomboy and I just did not give a fuck. My life was so much more fun. It was fun. And I would look at my friends that were like boy crazy, and I would like roll my eyes because I'm just like, girl, it's not that deep. And somehow I got caught up in this shit, and I'm trying to find my way out of it. Well, I think I found my way out of it. And it's simple. Decenter men. This is not coming from a place of hurt, trauma. This is coming from a place of peace and happiness. And I just remember when I used to go out, and I used to just go out just to have a good time, laugh, great conversations, and just being a personality. My personality wasn't about getting a man. It was just about having fun. And I just want to get back to that. I just want to get back to me. And I'm tired of social media. I'm wanting to decenter men, decenter social media. And I just want to be about me. I want to be selfish and self-centered as an ex-people pleaser, because everything nowadays is about getting a man, keeping a man, having a man's baby, and it's just too much. And I'm just getting nauseous just thinking about it. There has to be more to life than just men. And so now that I have decentered men for my life, I find myself actually having a good time. I go out in social settings. The objective isn't to get numbers, to get a man, to get a date. It's just to have great conversation. And I've been enjoying myself. I have. You know, I'm flirting. I'm having amazing conversations, meeting new people. And I'm just keeping it at that. And I like that. I feel in control, and I like how I have this I don't give a fuck attitude, and it's just very freeing. Whereas before, it was all about getting a man and hanging around women that wanted to go out just to get attention and to get a man. And it's just so exhausting. But now I actually go out. I'm actually having a great time. And I like it. I love it here, actually. I'm just tired of these videos. It's a man, it's a woman telling you, get a man, you need a man, you're gonna die alone. And I like being alone. I like it. It's peaceful. And this decentering men thing, I think it's necessary, because a lot of women are exposing themselves to like temporary relationships just because they're listening to people online. And I don't know, I think it's kind of cute. I think it's funny because I'm a woman that actually enjoys being alone, right? I enjoy my aloneness. I think it's funny because some women feel like they're one-upping you because they have a temporary relationship. And I'm like, but your relationship is temporary. Even the women with rings, your marriage is temporary. Like, it's not lasting. It didn't last. A lot of women are in situationships, temporary relationships, friends with benefits, temporary relationships. They're just in these temporary relationships because social media is telling them that they need a man, or they should get a man, or hurry up, girl, better get your man before you hit the wall. It's like, it's just too much. And now I have moved to a space where I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And it feels so good because I just don't give a fuck. And nobody is going to force me to give a fuck. And I like it. And another thing, when it comes to this decentering men, I have embraced my masculine. I've embraced my feminine side. I've embraced my light feminine. I've embraced my dark feminine. I've embraced all of myself. And I love that for me. When you center men, it's like you can't even embrace all of yourself. You can't embrace parts of yourself that men say they don't want, or parts of yourself that men claim they don't like. And when you decenter men, like, you can embrace all of yourself, including your masculine energy, because as a human being, the yin and the yang is something that we all embody. With me decentering men, I can embrace all of myself. Oh my God, I love it. Whereas before it was like, oh my God, I can't cuss. I can't be a personality. I can't be in my dark feminine. I can only be in my light feminine. Being in my light feminine, I have to be a doormat. I have to be agreeable. I can't be a woman who has my own opinion. I just have to be agreeable. And when you decenter men, you don't gotta do none of that shit. You don't gotta do none of that shit. None of it. You can just be yourself. And I love that for me. And I'm hoping with this series, you will surrender. Stop focusing on things that are out of your control. And love all of yourself, and not just the parts that men like in you. So yeah. And I came to this conclusion through therapy because I am an ex-people pleaser. I'm like the golden child of the family. My parents could always count on me to do the right thing, or to do things that they liked, or things that they agreed with. And with me doing that, I was miserable. And I found myself going back to that with this whole femininity movement bullshit. Like, I found myself going back to that. And so now I'm in this space where I'm creating my own rules according to what I like, what I don't like, who I am. And just, it's about me. And I've never been in a space where I could be selfish. I've always been in spaces where I had to think of my parents and what they thought. I had to consider friends and how they felt. And now I'm in a space where I could just do me. And it's freedom. This is the liberation that I think my ancestors were talking about. I think this is the liberation that they fought so hard for, while still being in the system. I think this is the only liberation you can really have while being in the system, is not living according to other people and their standards, including this bullshit online about getting a man. I think this is the liberation that I was supposed to have in my lifetime, because the women before me didn't. I'm the first in my bloodline that gets this opportunity. And so I want to make sure that I make all the women that walked before me, that sacrificed, that were essayed, that were slaves, that were wives, that couldn't speak up for themselves, women who had to just take it, women who had to suffer in silence. I think they wanted this for me. So it's not even just about me. Like, it's doing exactly what they wanted, what they fought so hard for. And decentering men is not about hating men, bashing men. It's not about that. because I still go out, I flirt with them, I have a good time, I'm having conversations with them. It's not about hating them. It's just they're not the focus of my life. I'm the focus of my life. Me. Me. The real me, not the me that they find attractive. Like the me that matters. Me. And to the women that are still hesitant about this decentering men, I'm a spiritual person. I'm a spiritual girly, spiritual baddie, whatever you want to call me. I'm spiritual through and through. And I go over certain experiences that I had in my life. I never had to work hard for things that were truly meant for me. All I had to do was position myself to receive certain opportunities. So I think about things that were for me. I didn't have to work hard to get it. It kind of just happened for me. So I think about how when I lived back home and I wanted this loft that was downtown. It was a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. I wanted it. I toured it. The first time that I toured this loft, I knew it was mine. I could feel it. I saw myself in there. I saw myself in the kitchen. I saw myself in the bathroom. I saw myself in the bedroom. I saw myself in the living room. I knew it was mine before it was mine. Same thing when I got my BMW. I went to the dealership and I had no intent to go there and drive off the lot. I was just going to browse. But when I saw my car, when I saw it for the first time, I knew it was mine. When I saw the peanut butter colored seats, leather seats, I knew that car was mine because I had visions. I saw myself in the car, drove off the lot the same day. I knew it was mine. I had already signed the paperwork for my BMW and the dealership called and said, hey, can you come back in tomorrow? We made some adjustments and we can lower your monthly payments. And I'm like, damn, that's confirmation that this really was my car. But I knew that before that even happened because when I saw my car, I knew it was mine. So why don't women apply these experiences to men in dating? Why are you centering them so much to the point where you feel like you can't even be yourself? That's why I'm creating this series, Decentering Men. And I'm really excited about it because everything that I've ever wanted, I've always gotten. And if it wasn't for me, it wasn't for me. And it's just that simple. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So when I decentered men, I surrendered. I surrendered to the idea that this is something I have to force. This is something that I have to change about myself to receive. Since when? Now, when it comes to getting the BMW and the loft, I had to position myself, right? I had to position myself to receive certain opportunities. But it didn't take all of this. It didn't take all of this shit that we see online on a daily basis. It didn't take me listening to 4-hour live streams about me being feminine. It took me trusting the process. And trusting the process was bettering myself and then positioning myself to receive certain things. And so I'm going back to that. But centering men to get that, it's just not my approach. It was never my approach. Because if that was the case, I guess in order for me to get the loft, I would have had to date a rich man. In order for me to get the BMW, I guess I would have had to sleep with a man that has money to get it, right? But that has never been my approach. And so I take a step back and I look at the content that I'm consuming where men are centered and it's not for me. And so I'm taking my own path. Once again, Yoni taking a totally different direction. One that fits me. One that I can relate to. One that feels so good. It feels like me. But the path that I was on originally, because I was being influenced by social media, it didn't feel right. So, you know if this video is for you. If it feels right for you to decenter and to refocus and to change paths and directions, because you know, and only you know. And that's where I'm at with this series, and I'm really excited because I don't know where the series is going to take me. But with me decentering men, I'm going to take you on this journey of what it's going to be like and how much fun we're going to have together. And I'm really excited because this is something that I've been wanting to do, but I have to be real with you. I created a platform talking about dating. I created a platform talking about men. I created a platform where we have these viral discussions and topics and things like that, which I can't really walk away from that completely because, again, I built my platform on that. But I am going to create this series for those who are interested. And if it grows to a certain level, then maybe I don't have to do that content anymore. So this is me being transparent as a content creator, that I still have to make those videos, but I'm still going to give you this side of myself, which is a side that is more transparent and real, because this is what I'm doing in my life. And I'm celibate as well. And my celibacy journey has been, girl, it's been a minute. Like, it's been more than a year. I don't know what month we are at, but it's been like a year and some months. Hopefully you stay tuned for this series, and I'm really excited to take you on this journey with me. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next one.